Hello friends, welcome to Math Time with Mrs. Idas. I am so excited because this week we are going to be doing some fun math with our Halloween theme week. Today you are going to need an orange piece of construction paper, the big one. You're going to need your black haunted house and this little paper that says, I see pumpkins, I see ghosts. You will also need this little piece of paper with jack-o'-lanterns and little ghosts. So let's start by reviewing a story we had last week. I love this story, 10 Timid Ghosts. Let's see if we can count together the ghosts and see if you remember the story. 10 Timid Ghosts by Jennifer O'Connell. Let's count down together if you can remember. Here we go. 10 timid ghosts in a haunted house. A witch moved in and wanted them out. One saw a skeleton and let out a whine. He flew to the woods, and then there were 9. 9 timid ghosts in a haunted house. A witch moved in and wanted them out. One saw a bat and did not wait. She flew to the woods, and then there were 8. 8 timid ghosts in a haunted house. A witch moved in and wanted them out. One saw a ghoul and screamed, "Oh my heaven!" He flew to the woods, and then there were 7. 7 timid ghosts in a haunted house. A witch moved in and wanted them out. One saw a cat. What a terrible fix! She flew to the woods, and then there were 6. 6 timid ghosts in a haunted house. A witch moved in and wanted them out. One saw an owl and took a dive. He flew to the woods, and then there were 5. 5 timid ghosts in a haunted house. A witch moved in and wanted them out. One saw a vampire and dashed to the door. She flew to the woods, and then there were 4. 4 timid ghosts in a haunted house. A witch moved in and wanted them out. One saw a monster and was as scared as could be. He flew to the woods, and then there were 3 timid ghosts in a haunted house. A witch moved in and wanted them out. One saw a spider, and what did she do? She flew to the woods, and then there were 2. 2 timid ghosts in a haunted house. A witch moved in and wanted them out. One saw a rat and started to run. He flew to the woods, and then there was 1. 1 clever ghost in a haunted house. A witch moved in and wanted her out. She saw the witch coming undone. She flew to the woods, and then there were none. 10 angry ghosts in the deep dark wood. That witch is too tricky and just no good. This isn't fair. We live in there. Let's band together and give her a scare. 1 mean old witch in a haunted house. 10 brave ghosts wanted her out. Boo! Look at that. They all said it together. The witch saw the ghosts and howled with fear. She tore out the door screaming, "Get me out of here!" And there she goes. Look at the haunted house. It looks just like the haunted house we are going to make today. So friends, go ahead and get your black piece of paper and let's cut the house out on the lines. So make sure your thumbs up is for your cutting. Thumbs up cut, open, shut them. And let's go ahead and start cutting at the bottom line, just like this. Then we go up, turn your page, go over, up, nice straight lines today, over, up, almost like a pattern. Diagonal, up again, over. Do you see how I'm holding it in one hand? And then I'm changing the directions, and I'm even turning the paper, just like this. And you just follow the shiny black lines, just like that. Nice quick snips. Up. Turn your page if you need to. Over. Turn it around. Remember, if the video is going too fast for you, just push pause, catch up, and then begin again. So we're just following these shiny lines to cut out the shape of a haunted house. Ta-da! There's a haunted house just like in our story. Once you're finished cutting out your haunted house, you're going to get your orange piece of paper as the background. So your haunted house will come here onto the paper. I'm going to put it a little bit higher up because I need room for the story that we're going to glue underneath. So I think I'm going to take a look at the story and the haunted house, and I'm going to place them on my page, and I'm going to think about, is there any way I can arrange these so that the haunted house is not too high up? So this looks pretty good. So now I will turn my little story page over. I will get my glue stick, and I will put 4 dots of glue in the corner. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We don't have to do too many dots of glue, just 4. Then I'll turn it around and I'll glue it at the bottom, centered as nicely as I can, and I push down the corners. Great. Now my haunted house can go right above the story. So I'll turn my house around, little bit of glue. I'll make a stripe on the bottom, maybe a dot in the middle, a stripe across the middle, up and up, and maybe another stripe and 2 diagonals. Good job. Now turn your haunted house around and glue it centered above the little story, just like that. Okay, now this is a math story, and we are going to be counting pieces to add into our haunted house. So it says, I see pumpkins, I see ghosts. Here's a little ghost and a little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin. Now we have to talk about most, and most means greater, doesn't it? Do you remember that, friends? Most means more, means greater. So let's think about what we want to see most in our haunted house. Do we want to see more ghosts or more jack-o'-lanterns? It's up to you, but I'm thinking about my story, 10 Timid Ghosts, and 10 is a lot, so that's the most. So I'm going to go ahead and look here at the jack-o'-lanterns and the ghosts. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ghosts and 5 jack-o'-lanterns. It's just like a 10 frame. So I'm going to decide, since my story had many ghosts, I want to see the most of ghosts. That means if I have 5 ghosts, I need fewer jack-o'-lanterns. So I'm going to get my orange crayon, and I'm going to color fewer jack-o'-lanterns so that I have more ghosts. So I have 5 ghosts, and I think I'm just going to color 2 jack-o'-lanterns because 2 is fewer than 5. 5 is more than 2. So you can color as many jack-o'-lanterns as you like. And I said I'm going to use 2 on my haunted house today. So I'm going to have 2 jack-o'-lanterns. I'm not going to color these because I want to have the most of ghosts, not jack-o'-lanterns. So once I've decided how many jack-o'-lanterns I want, I'm going to cut out this little 10 frame, and I will do that by going around. So the easiest way is to cut the bottom line where the ghosts are, turn your paper, cut up, turn your paper, and imagine there's a line here above the jack-o'-lanterns. Cut across, turn your page and cut the side. Now I have my little 10 frame. But remember, I am not going to use 3 of my jack-o'-lanterns. So if you have some extra jack-o'-lanterns, just cut them off, put them away to the side. You can keep them or you can recycle them. It's up to you. Now I have 2 jack-o'-lanterns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ghosts. But I need to cut these apart because I'm going to put them all over my haunted house. So first I snip off some ghosts. Then I snip my jack-o'-lanterns. And I'm going to put them in 2 different piles so that I don't get mixed up. So ghosts here, jack-o'-lanterns here. Now it's time for my paper. Here's the haunted house again. Now I have to decide where the ghosts are going to be in the haunted house. But that means I need to add some details with my white crayon. So go ahead and get your white crayon and let's make a curve shape and put a little dot for the door of the haunted house. Great job. Here on the roof, I can make some curves like this to look like the tile of the haunted house roof. It makes the house look more realistic, doesn't it? How fun. And we are good artists now. We know how to use our shapes to add details. And maybe here I'll have a window. Maybe a nice big rectangle for a window. How about that, friends? Okay, now I get to use my jack-o'-lantern pieces and my ghost pieces for the haunted house. So let's see. I think I will put one of my ghosts up by the chimney, just like our story. Remember the ghost at the end when the witch flew away was up at the top of the chimney? Do you remember what that ghost was wearing on its head? That's right, the witch's hat. So I'm going to draw with my black crayon the witch's hat on top of the ghost. There's one ghost. I need to add another ghost. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue, and you can put your ghost anywhere. Maybe your other ghost is flying by the roof. Maybe one of your ghosts is hiding here inside of the window. Maybe one of your ghosts is by the door to say hello to the trick-or-treaters. Maybe one of your ghosts is over here on the doorstep. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ghosts. But I still have 2 jack-o'-lanterns. So I'm going to put a jack-o'-lantern here by this doorstep. And I'm going to put a jack-o'-lantern here by the door for the trick-or-treaters to see. There we go. Now that I have all my pieces, I'm going to use my pencil to help me circle which one I have the most. I see pumpkins. I see ghosts. Ghosts are what I see the most. That's right. It's like a little math poem. Can you write your name very neatly at the bottom of your art? Fantastic. Now let's get our yellow crayon and let's butter up our sight words we see. I is a sight word. See is a sight word. Oh, here's another I and C. I, see, R. R is a sight word we know. Here's another I. Here's another C. The is a sight word we know. Let's read together one more time, friends. I see pumpkins. I see ghosts. Ghosts are what I see the most. Fantastic job, friends. Thank you for joining me for math time, math and art. Today, I hope you had fun making your haunted house with your ghosts and jack-lanterns.